Hey guys, so in this video we're going to go over the canvas and the syllabus. So hang on to your hats, the ride is now in motion. But first, a word from our joke of the week. What do you call a pile of cats? A meowton. Meow. The picture is cute, right? So that's our joke of the week. Now, let's check out our canvas page. Before we do that, I'm going to go to here, float on top, and awesome. Okay, so we click our class 101E, hooray. And this is us, my friends. Please be so kind as to open up the syllabus. You can find it right here where it says start here. We have the things that we need to begin. So please open the syllabus. I happen to have it open already. So here is our first page where we have our preliminary information. So our class name, my email. Please reach out to me. Never hesitate. I'm here to help. And these are my official office hours. Please let me know if you want to stop by so I could make sure to be there. And another option too, if you want to schedule a Zoom meeting, let me know. I'm here to help. So here we have our course description for 101E and our objectives. Please take the time to check these out. And of course, our learning outcomes. Now here's the course intro that I wrote for us. Welcome to English 101E. I'm so happy to have you join our very own learning community of readers and writers. This course is designed to help prepare you to be successful in college writing. At its core, the thematic premise that undergirds our course is an attention to the human experience. As this is a composition class, the curriculum is scaffolded to link the action of writing as a social enterprise that constitutes an integral part of what we do as people. Moreover, we'll explore varied aspects that contribute to the human experience. This will include things such as culture, language, politics, and relevantly, our relationship with science and technology. We'll consider how the work of writing, and more broadly speaking, composition, impel these things forward. Our adventure awaits us. So that's us. Our theme is the human experience. And of course, I'll do my best to bring in everything we need to know to prepare us for the work of college writing. So strap on. The ride is now in motion. So in terms of the text, I do have this OER. Here's the link for that. OER stands for Open Educational Resource. And what that is that it is a free resource for you to use. And this is the website for it. This is actually a helpful one. It's from a company called Lumen, and they have brought this up. Though I will do my best to cover what we need to know for the class. But let's say you wanted to check something out, like for example, organizing. Here's a little bit info on that, bit of reminder, and it's always good to have a guide, right? So this, I thought, was a really cool guide, and it's here for you to look at. We have all these things to check out. So do remember that this is our OER for the semester. Now beyond that, I will make the readings available through Canvas as PDF, so you'll be able to go ahead and download that. Now the other thing, there is an extra credit opportunity for our class, and it is called The Power of Habit. So if you're interested in the extra credit opportunity, please pick up this book, start reading it ASAP, and it's about habits and how we form habits and the cycles that we enter into. Now, if you want to do that, there's an opportunity for an extra credit essay, which you'll turn in on our very, very last assignment link at the end, which for us will be December 9. But do get started on this. And what this extra credit essay is, let me find that. 1 second, my friends. Let's do it right here. Extra. There we go. I found it. So in at least 3 double-spaced pages. You're going to write an essay telling me about what you learned about habits, how we form habits, and also choose a habit that you wish to adopt. Maybe you want to get better with your time management. So, how will you use what you learned about habits and habit formation to achieve this? Or maybe there's a habit, a bad one, that is harming you that you want to get rid of, like being on YouTube for hours and hours before sleeping. How will you use what you learned about habits and habit formation from this book to achieve that? Either adopting a new habit or getting rid of a harmful habit that you no longer want. So that is the extra credit essay, and it will be 60 points extra credit. Of course, in the gradebook, it's set to 0, so if you don't do it, nothing happens, but if you do, it's going to help you, right? So if you are interested in that extra credit opportunity, then please pick this one up, The Power of Habit. It's this yellow one. The other thing I ask for materials, highlighters. I know that we have our readings oftentimes through PDFs and things like that, but I highly recommend printing your readings and annotating and writing notes. It's very important to be an active reader, not a passive one. The difference with that is that you're actually engaged and you're reacting, you're responding in real time, and this is how we learn, this is how we make sense of things. Other option too, you can get yourself a tablet and use a stylus to annotate, but annotation is key. When I was in grad school, I actually had an iPad mini and a stylus, and I would use that to annotate, but it's very crucial. Obviously too, it's an online class, so you need online access and access to your Canvas account. If you ever have any issues with Canvas, remember that we do have a tech support, and actually I want to show you where their info is. They are over here. They're located in IS 103. Here is their website to their webpage and their phone number. Of course, tech is fallible, but they're always there to help. They're really nice. So don't hesitate to reach out to tech support. So that's it for the materials. Now we talk about etiquette. Excuse me. So it's very easy to forget that we are actual people, not just disembodied avatars, which is what we might believe when we see on the screen, right? The key for our class is remember the human. There is a person behind that name that you see that you're interacting with, right? Just as well as me, there's a person behind the screen. So remember the human. When you are addressing one another, be respectful with one another. I will not tolerate hate speech or bullying or anything like that. Now, it's okay to disagree with a person. In fact, it's part of living in a society, but you can disagree with their ideas, but don't attack the person directly. The other thing too, when addressing me, remember, check your spelling and be respectful. I'm not your homie or your dog. At the end of the day, I'm your instructor, so please remember that. And it's very important. That goes for all your teachers too. For readings, as it's a composition class, reading and composition, we'll have readings. So to keep you on your toes, sometimes we'll have quizzes. So provided if you do the readings, then you will be good there. Basically, the way our work will function is that every week we'll have a module for that week. Within that module, we'll have our assignments, our lessons, anything like that. And I'm going to make a video for each of those modules, whether that's for a lesson or anything else you need to know. So just stay on top of that. I can't make up an entire module, though we do have late pass, right? So you can use your late pass for your essay. You can turn it in up to 2 days after it's due. Just let me know with no point deduction, right? There's also a late pass for homework. You can turn it in up to a day after it's due with no point deduction. Beyond the 2 days for the essays, there's a 10% deduction. My recommendation is that you don't use it up just because you have it, because some weeks are more difficult than others, as we all know, right? They're busier, so just do remember that. All right. that's it for the modules. Sometimes too, oftentimes we'll have discussion boards, and for those I ask that you write a hearty paragraph, at least 4 hearty sentences. And it's disingenuous to call it a discussion board without the opportunity to also respond to one another. So in order to get full credit, remember to reply to at least one classmate and at least 2 hearty sentences, right? Don't just say, yeah, I agree, or cool story. No, you want to impel the conversation forward, just like you do with your friends, right? So things that happen in real time cannot be made up. What I mean by that is something like a discussion board, right? There's a start date when it opens and an end date when it closes. So there would be no opportunity to respond to one another. It would be closed. So discussion boards can't be made up. Remember that. Same thing applies to, we're going to have opportunities of having workshops for our essays. So those can't be made up either because it happens in real time. So it's important you stay on top of things. And that is that. We'll have 2 assignments of current event write-ups. This is something that I'll explain as we have our first one, right? You can check it out if you'd like to preview what we'll do. So we'll have 3 major essays in our class for this late start course. We already talked about the extra credit. Now please do know when you turn something in, I have made it so that it will automatically go through the turn it in filter. This detects for plagiarism. It gives a similarity report. So do your own work and you'll be fine. We also have a chat room here in Canvas. I'll show you where that is, where you can reach out to one another and ask questions, right? Maybe there's something that was unclear during a lesson, so before reaching out to me, you can try one another first. And in terms of participation, it's important that you actually log in and do the work, right? Watch the videos, absolutely engage with one another, be respectful. And one thing to note is that I will drop students who don't log in and do any work on the first week because I consider that a no-show, and I drop students who are no-shows. That's my policy. We talked about tech support. When you turn in your assignments, please make sure they are in Doc, DocX, or PDF. The reason is because sometimes I know GDocs can be finicky. So you can revise your essays except for the very last one, because the very last one is at the end, and by that time the semester is over. I forgot to mention we actually have an embedded tutor this semester, so she's there to help, and especially if you want to do a revision, that's an awesome opportunity to reach out. And just make use of the Writing Center. They're there to help. Do your own work and you'll be fine in terms of plagiarism. The Writing Center is located in ED 113 on the first floor. Student counseling. Now, of course, there are counselors to help us with our classes and course planning, but also we have mental health counselor, and this is so helpful. Sometimes we just had a difficult day, or we're going through a difficult time and we need somebody to talk to. It's located in the student services, room 147, first floor. Please reach out. They're so helpful. The other one, if you have any accommodations for DSPS, make sure to do that ASAP and get that into me and your other teachers too. So our grades, the actual points, everything, like I said, will be in the module for the week. Just complete the module for the given week, and that's all you have to remember there. Some of the things we'll do are things like workshops, things like discussion boards, oral assignment links will be in there. We'll have our lessons, sometimes a reading quiz, current events, things like that. These are our major essays, right? They're over here. Though, as you can see, those are the ones worth the most. But for each of our essays, we follow the writing process. So it's always going to be front loading with text and material for the topic, and then we'll have an outline and brainstorm beforehand, and then we'll write a rough draft where we have an in-class peer review workshop. before the final draft. Writing is a process, we remember that. Oftentimes we read a beautifully written thing, but we must not forget that it's a process. The writer went through this process. So you can always check your grade through Canvas. The most updated one will always be there. This is our calendar, so it tells us what we're going to do, if I'm assigning something or if something's due, just a reminder. So that is our calendar. So my friends, that is our syllabus. Please check out our calendar and syllabus. This is our doggy. He's happy. Hey, we got through the syllabus. Hooray. So let's take a look at our Canvas page really quick. So of course, here we have the start here. We have our syllabus, which you're looking at. We have the welcome letter, which actually have also in announcements. So you can check out our welcome letter. What this has is just info that you need, such as, how long our class is, our class link. Just gonna go over some of the things I talked about today, right? Just important information is here. And that is our welcome letter. Please take the time to check that out. And this is important too. So my communication plan, how will I communicate to you and how will you communicate to me? I've created this flyer here. Here's my email. Please never hesitate. I'm here to help. We'll communicate. You can communicate with me through the Canvas inbox, the chat room. I'll do my best. And of course, email, right? That's the biggest one right here. I'll do my best to respond within 24 hours. And every week I'll communicate with you through the videos that I make for our modules and obviously respond back to your email and inbox. And also you'll be having the chance to work with one another through things like discussion boards and peer review, and of course we have the chat room here. Once again, if you want to set up a Zoom meeting with me, let me know. I'm here to help. So that is my communication plan flyer. Here is our link for the OER that I spoke about. Here we have Arnold from Hey Arnold jamming out. So like I said, all of these you can check out. They are hyperlinks. So every week has its own respective module. This is our module for this week, so please check that out. We do have our Icebreaker, where you will first of all upload your picture. It's an important part of Netiquette. So in order to do so, go over here. The reason being is because if we can see your picture, see your face, it's a reminder that remember the human. There's a person behind this name, right? So what you want to do in order to upload your picture, click your where it says account, then you go to profile, then you're going to click the picture, and if you haven't uploaded one, it'll give you the chance to do so. You can also have a little profile, as you can see. Alright, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your name? Do you have a major yet? Something you'd like to share about yourself? I'll break the ice. For me, I like to ride an electric unicycle. I actually learned to do so during the pandemic. It's a lot of fun. And of course, exercising. So you can do the same. You can also, if you want to share a picture of your pet iguana, pet salamander, dog, cat, I don't know, you tell me. Basically, if you did want to do that, you just go to reply. You can actually drag in the picture, or you can insert image, or click the little picture here, the little icon here, but I think it's easiest to just drag it in. Remember to reply to at least one classmate's post in order to get full credit. So this is slated, most things are due by Sunday, so this is slated for Sunday, right? Make sure to do that. It's important that you do this week's work and show me, hey, that you're actually in the class, because like I said, I dropped the no-shows who don't log in and do work for this week. This is a frequently asked questions little quiz that is not timed, and please go ahead and do that. So after watching this video, you can do that. Now for our lessons, you can check those out. We're going to look a little bit about clauses and transitions and paragraphs and paragraph writing. For this week, we'll look at MLA, the thesis, conclusions. Here's some of the things. So that is for this week. As you can see, things are typically due on Sunday. Here is the chat room that I was referencing. So I'm going to put, let's see, welcome to English 101E. So let's go ahead and put a nice animal. How about this? Panda. I like pandas. That's my favorite animal. All right. And to check your grade, you can also always do so here. If you're having any issues with Canvas, you can go here to where it says help. Thank you very much for taking the time to check out this video. Stay tuned for the next ones in this module. Glad to have you all aboard.